Shall we talk about the thing? You know? The thing? So recently there's been a lot of talk about hot tub streamer meta. And if you don't know what that is, good for you. Just kidding. If you don't know what that is, it's basically just girls, female streamers streaming in hot tubs inside. And a lot of people see it as kind of like skirting the line of TOS, the Twitch terms and of services, and what is allowed and what is not allowed. However, before we get into it, some disclaimers. One, there is nothing wrong with sex work or sex workers, and none of what we are about to discuss or say should counteract that, essentially. I strongly want to get that out of the way. No matter what is said on my stream or in my chat, please don't ever send the hot tub streamers hate, Twitch staff people hate, just any individual hate, because at the end of the day, it's just not helpful. It's not going to progress us towards anything, so there's just really no use for it. Okay? Are we good? Can we all agree on that? Can I see some handshakes in the chat? Also, yeah, not to say that hot tubbing is equivalent to sex work. Also don't want to specifically say that. All right. Anyways, now on to the actual issue. It was this, and it says, I feel like the hot tub meta is an issue of regulation on Twitch to set transparent guidelines and support across platform, but I feel like the anger of the hot tub meta is being taken out on the streamers and is one step above thinly veiled misogyny. I think the hot tub meta is a problem. Yeah, those titty streamers have no worth or talent. Twitch is supposed to be about video games. What? No, I mean, I think they should just categorize and regulate the content and blah, 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 blah. We don't like to see that shit, okay? Please, none of that. I do think that's one of the reasons that this topic has been something that is difficult to discuss, controversial, but it's because it's so nuanced, and it's because oftentimes if you take one stance, people will associate it. It's actually, I'll tell you guys a story. Will associate it with misogyny straight up because of some of the misogynistic comments that people make. But that's just not the truth of the matter. I want to add that, at least for me personally, I've seen a lot of female streamers speak out about this meta, and I imagine why is because they're probably receiving so many comments like, hey, you should do hot tub streams. Hey, don't you think you would get a bazillion more viewers if you did hot tub streams? And I have already seen dozens of comments like that in my chat right now, just because I'm talking about the topic. Literally someone being like, if you did it, you would get 100,000 viewers. And like, luckily I've been doing this shit 7 years. I'm kind of over the whole, I don't know, being insecure about viewership thing. But if someone is like newer, or especially like up and coming creators, I can totally understand that being like both demoralizing and oddly inappropriate. When someone comes to you or your channel and they are quite literally asking you to undress or asking you to get more naked under the guise of this would be good for you, it's just weird. And most female streamers are not interested in that kind of attention, or I don't want to speak for anybody, but I think especially people whose content revolves around just playing games, they don't want to hear that shit. It's weird. But I think that's one of the, as I was saying, I think that's one of the reasons that female streamers have spoken about this a lot, but I think they hold too much resentment towards the actual individuals. Well, no, I take that back. I hope that people don't hold resentment towards the individuals that are doing this, and instead save your resentment for one, the weirdos who generalize all female streamers into one category and assume that they should all need to do hot tub streams or all need to undress for money or for their male gaze or whatever the heck. Reserve your resentment for them as well as for Twitch, who has extremely unclear and ambiguous terms of services with such large gray area that it is hard for people to know where the line is ever drawn. I will say though, the weird thing is Twitch has pretty clear guidelines for most other things. For example, you can't have a camera that is only on your cleavage. You know what? Let me just say the story. So for a long time, the hot tub streamer meta like went over my head until one day I was sitting at home in the evening and I was like, you know what? Let me just check it out. What's up? And I went to it and I watched a few hot tub streamers and I was like, interesting. I get it. However, there was this one streamer I found, and I'm sure if you're a Coomer like me, you've seen her too. And she essentially has no face cam. And she only showed her cam from here to like here. And she would wear very, very revealing and curvaceous tops. And the thing is, it was like hot tub streamer, hot tub streamer, hot tub streamer, girl with intense cleavage, hot tub streamer. And when I was looking at all of that, I was like, dang, it really does look from a front-facing perspective that this sort of thing is almost like overtaking the website. And the reason I say the website, I don't genuinely feel that way. It's just like a perceptions thing because just chatting is like always the top category. And these streams tend to also be at the top of these categories. But the funny thing is, when I look at that girl who was only showcasing her cleavage, one, that is 100% against terms of service. But when I compare that to someone who is wearing like itty bitty bikini and is like sitting on top of a banana fully wet in like a hot tub, I don't even know which is more suggestive than the other, but I know for sure that the girl who is mostly clothed but has cleavage, not only is that against terms of service, but I'm pretty sure she got banned. And but the hot tub streaming thing is totally okay. Let me try to explain that a bit better. Essentially, if Twitch is going to allow like essentially kind of suggestive hot tub streams, then they need to do it in a manner that makes sense for the platform. And the problem with Twitch in comparison to YouTube, on YouTube, there's like probably people doing like naked yoga, but most individuals don't ever see that because we don't go looking for it. I mean, maybe some of y'all do, none of my business. But it kind of prevents that issue of it being so front-facing on the platform. Whereas with Twitch, everything is categorized by section and by viewership. So when you go to the most popular category, just chatting, and the first however many streams include a lot of more suggestive hot tub streams, it's a little bit problematic for the overall perception of the website, essentially. And they need to fix that somehow. Whatever it is, but right now it's essentially like you see the thumbnail. Especially, I feel so bad for kids. I'm not here to be like, parents should whatever their kids. I'm not saying it's anybody's fault. I just think it's funny to imagine someone who's like a little 16-year-old boy who's been on Twitch for years, and then his parents are just like over his shoulder one day, and they just see like racks on racks on racks, and he's got to be like, "Mom, it's not what you think, I swear." And she's just giving him the look. Like, I think that's just such a comedic thing to me. Furthermore, if you see the thumbnail, like you're already exposed to the content, as opposed to having to go out of your way to get to that content and then being able to confirm that you are of age.